again, this is Melissa, and this is the third video in a short series where I'm teaching the song Forever, sung by Kari Jobe. And in this video, I'm going to teach you the intro to the song, which also works as an interlude. Before I teach it to you, I'm just going to play it for you. I want you to get a sense of what it sounds like. Two times at the beginning, and then happens again throughout the song a few times. So I think the easiest way to help you learn that would be to actually see my hands a little better. So I'm going to switch the angle of the camera so you can see my hands, and so I can teach that to you visually. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to start by teaching you what the right hand plays during the intro. And so let me just teach you the first half of the intro, which is 4 notes. So the first note is F sharp, and then we move up to G, then B, and then back down to F sharp. So let's review those notes one time. So F sharp, G, B, and F sharp. And then the second half of the intro is those first 3 notes that we just played: F sharp, G, B, but then it goes down to E. So let's try that together. So that first part and that second part. So F sharp, G, B, F sharp, F sharp, G, B, E. Now listen to the rhythm of that. So these notes are not all held for the same length. What I'm going to do to help you hear how they fit in with the pulse is I'm going to tap my foot. So this is going to be our pulse, and I'm going to play it so you can get a sense for what the rhythm is. So 1, 2, ready, and. I'll play it again. Try joining in with me. So one more thing I want to say, this is something that's optional. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. In the actual recording, the pianist does do it. It's a little bit harder, but I think you can handle it. So instead of just playing 1 note at a time in the right hand, what the pianist does is it doubles the note an octave higher. So it plays, so the pianist plays F sharp here, but also stretches and plays the F sharp up here at the same time. And for each of the notes, in the intro, in the right hand, the pianist doubles them. So it sounds the same. It's the same notes, but doubling them an octave higher. So in order to do that, again, you're gonna have to kind of stretch the first finger to the 5th finger so you can reach that octave. I kind of like to flatten my hand a little bit. Otherwise, if it just stays, super rounded, it's harder to reach that distance. So let's try it for those of you who want to, or you can just play the single notes if you prefer that. But let's try it 2 times through with the octaves. So I'll tap, actually I'll slap my leg because that's easier than tapping my foot. So 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is the right hand for the intro. Let's talk about the left hand. Now, let's first learn where finger 5 in the left hand is going to be moving for each of the parts of this intro. So for the first part, while your right hand is playing da, 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 your pinky is going to be on G, and then da, you're going to move down to D, and then the third place you'll shift up to is put your pinky on A, and then down to C. So let's try that. And while we try that, again, I'm gonna tap the beat so we can hear the pulse to that. And actually what's nice is the left hand, each chord that it's gonna play, I know I just taught you the root so far, but is gonna be held 4 counts. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up to A. 2, 3, 4. C. 2. Do it one more time. G. 2, 3, 4. D. 2, 3, 4. A. 2, 3, 4. And C. 2, 3, 4. All right, so now let's add the rest of what your left hand is going to do. So your left hand also is going to need to stretch that octave. So your pinky, finger 5, will be on G, and then up an octave, your finger 1 will also be on G. And then for D, you're going to need to stretch up to the D an octave above, and then A and A, and then C. Go ahead and practice that, get comfortable with that. So doing that is going to help you be able to do what your left hand does. Your left hand doesn't just play the octaves like during the chords that I taught you earlier. Your left hand is going to do that. So let's take a look at what those notes are. So again, you know finger 1 and 5 are on G. Now the middle note is D. I recommend playing it with finger 2 because I feel like it's like too much of a stretch if you try to play it with finger 3. So just try that. G, D, G. The next chord, D, A, D. So same spacing. I would recommend the same fingering, and then up to A. So A, E, A, and then C, G, C. So let me play it in the rhythm that it is during the song, and I'm going to play it, let's do it 3 times, and feel free to join in so you can practice that rhythm too. So if this is our pulse, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, up to A, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, let's do it again. time. G, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try adding the right hand. I'm actually going to go a little slower. That pretty much is the tempo that the song is. Actually, it might be even a hair faster. But let's try it a little bit slower, adding the right hand. I'm gonna try to multitask and tap my foot while I play it. And actually, even slower than that, let's see. So 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so now you're ready to go ahead and go through the whole song. So the next video I post is going to be a video of me singing through the song. And I apologize in advance, some of those high notes may not be pretty, but we'll get through it. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed these videos so far.